Prawns, coconut and mango, they're a fantastic trio. I'm going to put them together by crumbing prawns in coconut and serving it with a delicious mango salsa. I love doing this recipe, particularly in the months where you can't get fresh mango. So having some frozen mango on standby really takes me back to the gorgeous hot months. This is so delicious, and you've got to think about this mango in a savoury context as a dipping sauce for my crumbed prawns. So I've defrosted my mango, and I'm going to add about 400 grams of the mango chunks to a bowl, and I'm going to be blending this so it's a really smooth sauce, and that's why we do need to defrost the mango. A little more. Great. And some coconut milk, keeping in the theme of the tropics here, so a few tablespoons of that. Say about 3 tablespoons to start with, and we'll taste and adjust after it's all combined together. Some fish sauce, about half a teaspoon, that's plenty. And some lime. I love the addition of lime zest and juice, so we get a real punch of that flavour. How cute's this little fine grater? Works a treat. Okay, and I'll grab a knife and we'll just add the juice. So good squeeze in there. Oh, they are so juicy. So juicy, I won't add the last half, just a small amount, and keep the rest for garnish later on. Some chilli, so long red chilli. To help the blender, I will just roughly chop it. Good, that's all there is to this. We'll use the stick blender just to combine everything. All right, that is looking good. Let's have a taste. Oh, what can I say? You know, it's the easiest sauce to make. It's like a flavour bomb because there's so much going on. I know this is going to be really delicious with the prawns. Okay, put that to the side. Let's get on with the prawns. So preheat some oil. I'm just using some classic vegetable oil. You want this to be at 180 degrees. So that's the optimum temperature for frying. And I've started a little production line. So this is rice flour. I love to use rice flour when I'm doing some crumbing like this because you get a really crispy finish. 2 eggs for my recipe, and I'll just crack them into a bowl. I like to season my eggs too, just with a small amount of salt. So in that goes, grab a little whisk and just break those eggs up and whisk it. So all of those egg whites are combined with the yolk. Great. And for the coconut, now you can just use coconut, leave the breadcrumbs out and you've got a gluten-free crumb, but I like the consistency and the texture, the crunch, by adding some breadcrumbs. So that's why I like to add both of them together, and some good old white pepper, a little pinch of that. Use your hands just to mix that. And now for the fun part, crumbing and frying. So these are gorgeous Australian green prawns. I've deveined them, peeled them. I've left the tail on, and that's for presentation. So into the rice flour, shake the excess off. And you can see I'm just holding the prawn by the tail because I don't want to add any crumb to the tail. And then into our egg mixture, shake the excess off, and then into our crumb. Now, if you want an extra crispy prawn, you can place it back into the egg mixture and then into the crumb, and that's a real treat. I'm just gonna keep it simple. So that's the first one done. I'm gonna crumb the rest of these and then we'll start frying. Okay, prawns are ready to go in the oil. If you don't have a thermometer to see that your oil is at 180, the best trick in the book is just to get a wooden spoon, place it in the oil, and if you see lots of little bubbles around that wooden spoon, you know you're at optimum temperature. So let's get frying. These are not going to take long at all, and just be careful when you're working with hot oil not to overcrowd the pan, number one, and not to place the prawns in from a distance. Don't be scared of the oil. Just get nice and close. The closer you get, the less splatters, the safer it is. So I'm going to add a few more and do this in 2 batches. Coconut coconut crusted prawns. You can see why these are popular in a lot of restaurants. Pinch of salt just to finish them off. And then let's pop them on a plate. I love a black plate so you can really show them off. And our mango salsa dressing, we'll just pour that into the bowl. And because I had a little of this Thai basil, I just love the flavour of it. And it hits the prawns at a piping hot and you can start to smell the scent of it. I just love it. Coriander, mint's also a nice little option. That is, well, that's definitely a party starter right there. I'm gonna have a taste. Dip that into the mango. I do know it's very rude to double dip. It's not good. But if you're having a whole plate of prawns to yourself, totally fine.